the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in with Hood in the Morning.
Once you see the devil's horns, it's too late. Once the storm come, all you do is wait. Undermining the fate of the young black youth of the state. With two strikes, the irony, the enemy won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Label us property, then tell us to get our rights. That's like my knight fighting for his life. Human contraband, carrying a concealed weapon, praying to get to heaven. You gotta hear the insanity of millions of guys who don't know that they guys. They hide behind their squad on the stage so the hoes can apply. Don't tell me I'm wrong, don't tell me I'm right. I'm a beacon in the darkness of night, just bringing the light, visualizing the womb. The matrix, hatred, leads us out of the tomb. No waiting, see that day come soon. It's the apocalypse, nigga. Stand for wisdom and heritage. inherited from my father. My body's become a prison. My mind blooms, ideas flower, free from prism. Life is sweet and sour, war and serenity, slavery and divinity. They wondering what's gotten into me. I'm not a man or a god, I'm an entity. My ancestors sending me on a victory lap, just trying to be where Nipsey was at. Real recognize real, so I'm tipping my cap. Elevated, but my center's intact. The true saint come around, sinners react. The crusade back in play, and I'm on the attack. Came with the Tommy like Will and Men in Black. This is divine timing, ain't no turning back. Diamond shining, I remember we was cold man black. They sold my ancestors, but I stole them back.
It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse,
Don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but terror and doom looms from error and sad tools. Comparison to that dude, I'm mirrored in that too. They scared of my bad moves, but I got a bag too. You better get back, move, because the missiles is locked, malicious pistols is cocked. The army very different from cops. I observe, listen and watch. Hall of Fame, the way I'm pitching the rock. The same shit from the lip, just a chip from the block. Nope, see, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, nope, you niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? You niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? It's me, nigga. I seen it in my crystal ball under the mistletoe. I seen this shit crystal clear. They feel like they getting close. The timing already here. They feel like I didn't know. My ancestors had me prepared. I'm using a different scope because the missiles is locked, malicious pistols is cocked. The army different from cops. I observe, I listen and watch. Hall of Fame, the way I'm pitching the rock. The same shit from the lip, just a chip from the block. No, these niggas ain't ready. Nope, these niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? It's me, nigga. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. No, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't. You niggas, Revelation, contemplation, transformation. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason?
Small town boy, big city dreams. Broke boy with $1 million scheme. Don't you wanna join a $1 million team? No biggie, it was all just a dream. It was all just a dream. Things appear real, but it's not as it seems. You can have all that you need, but still don't know the importance of a seed. Late nights with Apollo made a creed that if I get on, I'ma share no greed. And we all grow weed, and we all proceed like make you feel this way. $1 million make you feel this way. Got a brand new crib, and it's all feng shui, Got a brand new bitch, and she take down quay. Look it up, we like the stars in the sky in the day, look at us. Make you feel this way, $1 million make you feel this way, Make you feel this way, $1 million make you feel this way,
Man, peace to the tribe, peace to the collective.
together. Get this together, man. All right. Peace to y'all, man. Peace, peace, peace. So before we get started, I'm just trying to figure something out real quick. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. 1 2 1 2. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Cool, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? I'm excited about this show that we're about to have today. But before we get into the show, let me just take care of some business, right? Because the reality is that anybody can post a YouTube video, and the good thing is that any business, any company, any platform can post a business. I have a business. That business is called White Rabbit Psychedelics and Colombian Exchange. And we offer a variety of products, a variety of services. Check me out at hoodmystic.setmore.com where you could book a reading with me, astrology reading, spiritual reading, and of course, a mini reading, tarot readings, things of that nature. Check out the reviews first. We rolling strong. That's actually a new compilation of reviews. I've actually been reading since 2016, mainly full time, and over that time I've collected well over 400 reviews. But crossing over to different platforms throughout the time, upgrading. About 2 years ago, I signed up with Setmore, and once I signed up with Setmore, I've been compiling reviews since 2021. We're at 100 reviews so far. So I want to just say thank you to those who have patronized my business, allowed me to put food on the table, things of that nature. But I also would suggest that maybe you need a reading from the Hood Mystic. Get it real, raw, and uncut. If you like this video, maybe I think, you should invest. A small donation of $50 put you all the way together, and that's a mini reading or a tarot reading. I really care and I'm really interested in your spiritual development, and I want to help you in any way that I can. And fair exchange is what we're operating in. Time for energy and things of that nature. But we also have whiterabbitsite.com, where we have an exciting new product that I'm just so excited to bring to the market. Tapping into the white rabbit symbology, tying it into the matrix, getting out of the matrix, red pill, blue pill. Spirit had gave me this formula, and at first it did not make sense until I began utilizing the red pill and blue pill on a daily basis. And what that message was is sexual energy will take you out of the matrix. Now, not having sex, but sexual energy unto yourself, raising your kundalini, getting in tune with your sexual energy. I take one red pill and one blue pill a day. It enhances my sexual energy, but in the means of enhancing my sexual energy means that I just have more spiritual and mental and physical strength to do the things that I need to do. Another concept that Spirit has mentored me and helped me understand and understand is that of happy pills. When I get these ideas, Spirit just has the name and the ingredients, and then I just fill in the rest. I do the research, make sure that there's no interactions. And basically, these are one-a-day supplements that you can take with food. And these are just basic ingredients that you can just get from a herb store. I capsulate them, and people are actually loving them, and they're actually changing people's lives, and they're changing my life too, because I take one happy pill a day, and literally what it does, it balances my serotonin. So psilocybin, if you do your research, balances your psilocybin. Ashwagandha balances your balances your serotonin. My mistake. Ginseng balances your serotonin. Green tea balances your serotonin. So when you combine them all together, your serotonin is well balanced throughout the day. And I got kids, and I don't know about you, but my kids really test me. They really challenge me. But in the mode of just growing and developing with my kids, just trying to be a better father every day, I find that having a better mood assists me in becoming a better father and a father that I want to be. And the last product that I want to introduce is a product from Colombian Exchange. And this product is called Energizer Bunnies. Once again, Spirit had whispered this to me and I just brought it forth. And this is a non psychedelic energizer. Okay. I take 2 of these a day before my workout. And just in general, for energy, I needed something that was going to be all natural and that was going to keep me focused because I take care, like running these businesses and taking care of these children, maintaining a relationship with myself. I need a lot of energy throughout the day. And then you got to please the old lady at the end of it. It all coincides in a complete life that, supplements have really helped me. And so at the end of the day, I make these for myself, but I then offer it to the collective to say maybe you need an all natural supplement that's not addictive, that's not going to hurt your pockets. You can get a pack of 60 of these for $44. But once again, the link is going to be in our link tree. You can visit ColumbianExchange.com to get the Energizer Bunnies, but you can also visit White Rabbit Psych to tap into all of the other products. And so if you want to tap into White Rabbit Psych or Columbian Exchange with no promo code on Columbian Exchange, you can get 20% off your order of Energizer Bunnies. And then on top of the deals that we have on White Rabbit Psych, Monday is going to be the last day. Today is going to be the last day. All day today, if you place an order, use the promo code 25 off, you'll save 25% off your order with White Rabbit Site. And be sure to join the email list. Just place an order, put you on the email list, and we send out these different coupon links every week to, just generate sales and generate business and also give back to the community because y'all have given so much to me and my family throughout the years. So now that the business is taken out, now that we took care of the business, let's get into the build. Today we're going to be talking about astrology. And so first things first, right? I want to bring up a chart so we can begin to just first look at the mathematics, right? Deal with the mathematics and then we can get into the psychology. But first, let me know how y'all feeling out there. Is you cool? Is you stressed out? Is you going through a lot? Is you got $1 million? And if you got $1 million, can I borrow $20? You feel me? How your mama doing? How your family doing? If you watching this post live, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know how you feel, right? Let me know what you're thinking about, what you processing, what you going through. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're not feeling good, if you're not on the right prosperity vibration, if you shit is out of sort and your emotions is all fucked up and you up and down, we can help you here at the channel. You feel me? Shout out to the initiate, Sacred Serpent, AD, Jabri. Shout out to my boy Woo holding it down. Understand, man. We all in this shit together and we all gotta be each other's support at the end of the day, because if it's not good, you need to figure out what you're going to do to make it better. But let's look at this chart, man. This chart. Shout out to Breeze, my boy Breezy. Let me go ahead. Let me see if I can do it from here. No, I got to get up on the stream. Get Sacred Serpent his moderator badges. You feel me? Shout out to y'all, man. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful life. And I'm going to get into some real metaphysics on your ass, nigga. I'm on your ass. So we're going to get into some astrology and some occult understanding, right? We ain't playing. And whoever said that liking is not spiritual, let me know so I can block your ass.
We blocking niggas and everything today. It's like, no, I'm just playing. I never even block nobody. I wouldn't even know how to do it. I'm with the smoke. You feel me? Let me go ahead and Sacred as a moderator. My guy. Gotta keep these trolls in line. Man said liking is not spiritual. I do not press the like button, brother. That is not spiritual. Hotep. Nah, son. But let's get into this chart. Let's get into this inner overstanding, man. First things first, like, it's not a Kala Sharpa per se, because all of the planets are not above or under the nodal eclipse, is what you can see here. The North Node is in Pisces, South Node is in Virgo, type shit. However, if you look at the chart from the moon to Jupiter, all of your major planets is dealing with some form of an alignment. So what does that mean? This is an extra spiritual time within the astrology chart. And when we talk about spiritual, we're talking about life-changing, transformational shit, right? So once again, we got this Aries energy in sidereal Aries, Sun in sidereal Aries. We got Venus. Now, Venus is playing up against Pluto. A lot of planets is playing up against Pluto right now. The Sun is squaring Pluto. Venus is squaring Pluto. And then you got Mars, Neptune, sextiling Pluto, right? So the mode that we're going to be talking about in this chart mainly is going to be this Pluto in sidereal Capricorn energy. What does it look like? What does it represent? Because if Pluto is the overall life-changing event that's taking place, the Sun in Aries means that the life-changing event is just now beginning. So getting in the proper mental mode is what I'm going to be providing you with in this episode or this video. So make sure you got on your thinking caps. But beyond thinking about what I'm talking about in this video, let's begin to look at your life in totality. Let's get into some real occult, sacred sciences when it comes to understanding astrology, consciousness, and you. Because we was watching this movie. I don't know if y'all ever seen this movie, Bedazzled, right? And the key point, because he sells his soul for 7 wishes, but the reality is he couldn't actually sell his soul because his soul is not his to sell. Your consciousness is not really yours, especially if you don't utilize it for its proper function. So we're talking about the consciousness and how it's connected to the cosmos. So it's not always connected to your personality or who you are as an individual, even though it is, because it is you, but your consciousness is more related to the Most High. And when you talk about the Most High and you, there's a life that you should be living that is not interrupted by your conscious mind. And so this process is just now beginning and is being ushered in by the Venusian wisdom, right? The sun is like gonna happen, right? The sun rises, the sun sets. But unless you paying attention to it, it don't really matter. When you're dealing with Venus, it's connecting you to the sun, because Venus and the sun in astrology are always connected to a certain degree. You'll never see the sun oppose Venus, right? The sun and Venus is very closely connected. Venus is the third most light-bodied in our solar system next to the sun and the moon. So let's look at it this way. Sun, moon, Venus. Venus is the illumination of, oh shit, I'm on a planet and it's the sun and the moon. Venus represents the wisdom of this new beginning. Now I'm saying words. I want to know if y'all with me or not. I'm not one of those people that just want to go on and on and on. I want to know if y'all feel me. So is what I'm saying at a basic level making sense? Ones in the chat if what I'm saying at a basic level is making sense. Because we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it if it ain't crystal clear. Right. And let's not forget Jupiter and Uranus had that that amazing solar eclipse, right, unto itself on April 20th that brought the sudden shifts in awareness to the financial sector in your life. So from April 20th to April 29th, and what is going to continue if you practice a good business model, you're going to see increases and changes in your financial model. But it all ties into the Sun, Venus, and Aries, your ability to live through your true will, not your conscious will of saying what you need and what you don't need. Because what you need and don't need, like last night, I wanted some ice cream. That's the conscious will. I didn't get ice cream. I didn't buy none, but I wanted some. The conscious mind is always on bullshit. Well, it's just ice cream. It don't matter. I don't need no damn ice cream. Your conscious mind is always going to be there to misdirect you. And your ability to bring your body, your emotions, your vitals, your everything, and put your conscious spiritual mind behind the ego and saying it's spiritual to not hit the like button, which is crazy, right? That doesn't even make sense. It's spiritual that to me to eat ice cream at 11 o'clock because I got a parasite in my stomach. And instead of eating ice cream, I drank wormwood tea to flush the parasite out. Most people is going to just eat the ice cream. And when you talk about your true will is never going to eat the ice cream. It's always going to take care of itself. It's never going to be associated with people that mean it's harm. Your true self is very, very psychic. And if you have a true self, if you have a true will, that means you are very, very psychic beyond the point of mind that wants ice cream. And we're just using ice cream as an analogy so we don't lose sight of the conversation. Please feel free to insert any vice, because my vice right now is the Jenny's ice cream. It got the real butter cookies, cookie dough. It tastes like God was like, oh, we about to kill him with this one here. Wait till I hit him with this one. It just seemed like God was really showing out when he made that ice cream and then put it forth, and it was like, oh. But if ice cream ain't that thing for you, feel free to put in anything that you do that you know that's not aligned with what you actually want out of life. So therefore, you have to sit back and think, what do I want out of life for myself? This is going to be a hard question. Maybe you don't know the answer. And I would say if you don't know the answer, this is good because it pushes you more into the true will. It pushes you more into the energy. It pushes you more into the start of the process of changing your life. Because if you say, I know how my life is going to change, that's like saying you know what favorite flavor of ice cream you want to eat. That's like saying you know how to pick the perfect Tinder date. That's like saying you know the perfect club to go to on a Friday, Saturday, and Thursday because it's ladies before 11 and ladies drink before 12 and they buy you all the drinks. Like you figured it out in your mind that it's going to be a good thing. But at the end of the day, you still wake up and I don't know if y'all still go out or not, but if you either go out now or you've been going out, ain't it crazy how you wake up that following Sunday and all of the money that you thought you didn't spend, you actually spent it and it don't make sense to you? You remember your balance before you went to the club, and then when you leave and you wake up like, well, how did I spend this? How did I spend $700 tonight? I felt like I only got 2 drinks and I paid to get in and I got something to eat. I paid for the Uber. How did that equal $700? You start looking at the transactions, bringing out your calculator. That ever happened to y'all? How? And then you do it the whole next week because this is what the conscious mind is going to do. It's going to say, yeah, $40 for an Uber, that ain't nothing. $70 for DoorDash, that ain't nothing. New outfit, that ain't nothing. Plus, I gotta pay my rent. I gotta pay the basic bills, but then all of the extracurricular activities. As long as it's under a certain amount of money, you feel like the conscious mind will have you in a situation where you're spending all of your money, spending all of your time, spending all of your resources. Where your true self would just say, "Man, maybe we should have just went to the park and meditated for a majority of the day. Maybe we should have spent the day planning." Is what I'm saying making sense? One's in the chat. So let's first deal, and of course, before we go any further, I should have started off with this, but we here now. First link in the description will give you access to the article, everything that I'm talking about now in a more concise, simpler way, right? And it's just breaking down what I'm talking about, giving more of a paper trail. They're also giving you the links because I'm going to be showing some links on this video. And I know you might be looking at the video like, damn, I want to access that link in my spare time and look at it and get my study on. Incense be burning the hell out of you. You all ever got burnt by an incense? Like, no. You don't ever get burnt by an incense. You'll be second guessing life. Like, what in the hell just happened to me? Right? It'll take you off your whole path getting burnt by an incense. Anyways. So anyways, all of the links is going to be available. And then I feel like the Substack is a wonderful resource for particular conscious information that's just like straight to the point, even though these videos might be long and drawn out, whatever you might call it. I know time is of the essence. These articles are like 3-minute reads. You understand what I'm saying? So every lunar eclipse, new moon, full moon, and if I just get an idea, I'm working on an actual book right now. You can get access to it. The book is actually called Blue Magic, but Blue Magic is going to be pertaining to money and metaphysics as we begin to explore different realms of the mind. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't really be struggling financially if you can understand and understand certain metaphysical principles. And so what I did was scour books and scour knowledge and actually been keeping track. All you would have to do is go into the search bar and type money and metaphysics. And then, because I got a lot of different videos under the subject. And so once again, all of the time that I've been studying, which I've been for like a year now, right? My first article was July 27th of last year. And so like, it's not no fly by night. Yeah. If you just do this one thing, you'll tap into all your wealth and all that. No, it's some study that goes into it, but you might just be like, damn, I want to get a resource to tap in. I want to make some money and I want to tap into some metaphysical ideas. Join the Substack, $5 a month, and get access to all of these articles and take notes on all of these articles. Because then when the book come out, you will be a main contributor. All of my premium members are going to be mentioned in the book because y'all literally allowed me to write the book and to create the book by contributing and supporting me. Since I started the Substack, I didn't think that people would even tap in or buy into it, and y'all proved me wrong. So I appreciate the love and support that comes on the Substack. But beyond that, it is a resource in reference to metaphysical ideas because I'm always going to be studying, like giving y'all links to shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the person that's like, talking out my ass, because even my books from Chakra Nova or Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience or Astrology Explained, they're more or less references and reference books, because because you learn this in college, you can't write books based upon what's coming out of your head, because that's not nonfiction, that's fiction, right? If it's just your imagination, that's not real. The thing that makes nonfiction is that there are bibliography or there are sources. And even my content online, I'm more of this style of videos to give people stuff that they can reference themselves, so they can begin to understand the conversation more than hear somebody just blabbering on and on about shit that they not even really living, right? And they don't really fully understand, because this spiritual shit, the reality of it, it take time, right? And so, segueing into the conversation, when you look at Pluto in your chart, and once again, let's go back before we get into this. At the bottom of the article on the White Rabbit, I'm gonna just bring it up real quick, because y'all might not know where transit Pluto is in your chart. So I'm gonna just really just walk you through it. So at the bottom of the page is it's a link that says, and this is a free article, so you don't have to pay anything to do this or tap into this. Figure out what house transit Pluto is in your natal chart. So click that link, and it's going to send you to astroseek.com, right? And then from there, you'll put in your birth chart. So I'll just do mine as an example, just so you can figure out, because it might be confusing, because you might be trying to figure out where Pluto is in your natal chart, but that's not what we're looking for. We want to see where Pluto is at in our transit chart. So if y'all following me this far, just put a 1 in the chat, just so I can get some, just so I know that I'm not talking above and beyond y'all. I want us to all be on the same page, because what's the point of talking when people don't understand what's coming out of your mouth? So, what the most important part of this actual build is understanding and overstanding where Pluto is at in your transit chart. Okay, so in my natal chart, Pluto is in my first house. Okay, but in the transit chart, Pluto is in my fourth house. And this is what you want to figure out, so you can figure out where you should be focusing at when it comes to transformation. And so for me, it's in my fourth house. So this gets me to thinking, like, it really just came to me, and this is really transformational, is like real estate and land acquisition. And me personally, I'm not personally into real estate and land acquisition on any level. However, the nature of transformation is that of, I never done it before. It's not even nothing that's in my chart that says I know anything about the home, really. My fourth house is empty, no planets, and my fourth house is in Capricorn. So this means that the way, not even how I live, but even how I make money, because Capricorn, it rules your 10th house, basically, right? And so my chart is basically flipped, where the fourth house ruler of my chart is Cancer, but Cancer is in my 10th house, right? And that's the home. But usually, like, I've always been a person, whether I've been selling dope or just working from home, like, I'm just a work from home person, like a call center or anything. I just really believe, like, I've been in e-commerce since 2017, right? I've been in e-commerce before the wave, right? Because I've been on this particular energy, and it's not something that's so like blatantly clear to me, once again, because there is no planets in my 10th house and there's no planets in my fourth house. So the object and the understanding, the understanding of working and having jobs and being a model employee, bro, I've been started and got fired from so many jobs. It really made me feel like something was wrong with me. But at the end of the day, you understand that you gotta understand the different parts of your chart, which I ended up making a lot of money and supporting myself without ever even having to work a job, right? And to not fully understand and overstand your chart, you probably, like, if you don't have no planets in your 10th house, it might be a whole different way for you to make money, because you can have a whole bunch of planets in your 7th house, which I don't have a whole lot of planets in. So I'm very aloof when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to relationships. I'm not really aware of these particular things. Not to say that I don't have relationships, but these are just areas in my life when you look at places. Because somebody had asked me in the last video, what happens when the first house or the 4th house, whatever planet, is empty? These are not strong suits in your chart, period, point blank. These are things that you're going to have to work with very hard to, like, grasp or just ignore them altogether, right? So I would have to be working at a job, really struggling to be a supervisor or something like that, or just start my own business. Like, my son is in the 11th house and I got Pluto in the 1st house. So this means that I can make money in a whole different type of way utilizing my 11th house, which is groups and social circles and things of that nature. And whether we're talking about terrestrially, like in real life, I operate through a social circle, but even online, I operate on a social circle. One of the energies of my chart is that of Ogun Balandio. And Ogun Balandio, he heals through the modality of technology. And that's just what I do. But once again, studying your chart and making the connections is what we're talking about. So once again, I say all of that to say that I'm probably going to have to start doing some research on real estate and really start doing the research. Once again, why do I have to start doing the research? Because Sun and Venus is in Aries. So once in the chart for the overall collective. So that energy is going to be in my 7th, moving into my 8th house. And this is really key for me, because in real life, my 8th house, your 8th house is your treasure, but it's also the part of your chart where you have the most wounds. It's also the part of your chart that has the most wounds. So I gotta actually, it's, and then my North Node is in my 8th house, and my 8th house is in Taurus. So when it comes to, like, starting real estate, the Sun going into Taurus energy in my 8th house, this is a completely, like down to the, yeah, we're talking the sidereal or Vedic astrology, not Western astrologies. Because I'm not trying to confuse nobody, and I'm not trying to be different for nobody. I just use sidereal astrology to have my conversations. But anyways, this is a complete and utter new domain for me. But since I'm studying the chart, I'm ready for it, right? I'm like, okay, because what we need is direction, right? What we need is understanding, not how your life has been or where you think your life will go, but we're talking about the ways for which your soul or your true will already have ordained your life to go. Like, you don't know, you don't have no idea. So a good way to explain this is through the analogy of the acorn and the oak tree. Okay? Why is this? Let's just read and get an understanding and overstanding. See, Pluto is where you doing that deep. Well, I'm sorry, the 8th house rather. The 8th house is where you doing deep psychological, emotional work. Like, the 8th house is where you dealing with your sexual trauma. Sexual trauma show up when you with your girl and you just start acting weird when you be around her. Like, when you want to fuck, you be hunching her like a little rabbit. You be feeling like a beast or something, or you be having sex with your boyfriend, and every time you have sex with him, you be closing your eyes. You just be acting weird when you be having sex. That's sexual trauma a lot of times. And there's a whole bunch of knowledge and wisdom because when you having sex, sometimes even in your relationship, that's a completely unconscious act, right? But the reality is that it doesn't have to be unconscious. It can actually be, you could be aware of your sexual energy, and even deeper, you can raise your sexual energy into the Sagittarian fires, right? Ophiuchus, like it goes through Ophiuchus to Sagittarius, and that's true Kundalini, right? So we can stop at the sex or we can raise it up to the spiritual, and it's really our choice because sex is unconscious. In spiritual development, your Sagittarian direction is very much operating at a higher self awareness that instead of just having unconscious sex, you're having you're doing meditations and mantras when you up in that thing. One in the chat, right? You're doing Reiki when you up in that thing. Put some ones in the chat if that's some interesting shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You astro traveling because the motherfucking sex is so good. You traveling into dimensions because y'all actually are in tune with the energy. So once again, we're going to talk about Mars conjunct Neptune. And before we get there, if I forget it, let's talk about it now. When we talk about Mars conjunct Neptune, we talk about semen retention. We're not talking about sex retention. You should be able to still have sex if you don't got a girl and you masturbating. Keep making love to your hand. No judgment, because I've been there before. I know what it's like. You a little dusty, you a little scruffy, you ain't got your shit together, your money funny, and your change is strange, and ain't nobody fucking with you right now. It be like that, and sometimes you got to learn to love yourself. But love yourself, treat yourself good, but we're retaining the semen as we enter into this Mars conjunct Neptune energy. Just had to put that out there. That North Node and eighth energy though, that North Node and eighth energy, that's the shit that's that's that deep, hidden, subconscious mind, suppressed, repressed shit that you ain't want to deal with, that you gotta really uncover to come look at it and be like, okay, now I see where I need to go to be my true self. Because if I don't deal with this shit, nigga, you know what it's like to be suppressed. You know what it's like to be suppressed. Most of us walk through every single day suppressing something, bro. Repressing something. It's a truth, and I'm gonna tell you, until you do this spiritual work, I tell people all the time, I was right in spiritual being, having a human experience, and I was writing it, and my life was changing as I was writing it. And that's when I knew, okay, when you fully understand and overstand this spiritual stuff, you're going to be able to change your life in the ways that you want to change your life. You're going to be attracting the person that you're supposed to attract. And real love is not an aesthetic. Real love is when you with somebody and you can be your true self with them. Write that down. Get a tattoo of that. Get a fucking magnet and put it on your refrigerator. Because both of y'all are being fake ass individuals within the relationship and calling it a relationship. And it's not that. It's some weird fuck shit. Because when you actually do the spiritual work, figure out who you are. Once you figure out who you are, you never going to hold that back because it's who you actually are. Then when somebody is trying to repress you or suppress you, you know it immediately, and it's going to make you not want to deal with them. And if you then consciously override it, you're going to sabotage the relationship. Now, boom. It's good though, because you're going to attract somebody once you find yourself that's going to love your true self at the highest level, and that's how you're going to ascend. Whenever you in a situation and you got to suppress and you got to repress, that's some bullshit. And you got to begin to ask yourself, you don't got to ask yourself nothing at the end of the day, because it is going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to manifest how it's going to manifest. But the energies that's bringing us, because once again, I gotta preface this through the chart, because the chart is actually the charts be charting nowadays, bro. I don't know. I be having to do videos like the chart be charting. So we got, because the energy is so concise that it's not very much random. It makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm gonna just start with Pisces energy going into Aries energy. This is old endings and tightening up loose ends as you begin to, like, you at a psychic frontier expression of where you need to be. Because the back end, the emotional back end in Pisces is working out shit that you need to work out, but you didn't work out. So now it's like in system override of the conscious mind. And if you are operating along the true will, you're not experiencing nothing that's going to make you be triggered or jarred. Or let's just say a breakdown, mental, physical, emotional. The breakdown is good. Spirit had told me that when bad things happen, those are actually spiritual signs. I'll give you an example. We had somewhere to go. We got in the car and the tire blew out. I really needed to go somewhere, but when I called and asked for a ride, nobody could give me a ride. And so it's me, my wife, and the kids. We called an Uber. We walking around where we at in a whole different city. Mind you, it's an $80 Uber. But I had to go, I had to meet somebody, I had to do what I had to do, and I had to bring the kids, everybody along with me, and we all in the Uber, taking the $80 Uber, walking around, probably looking dumb. I was probably a little irritated because once my tires blew out, it was too late to get the tires fixed, and I dropped 80 on the Uber, got to drop another 80 to get back home. But I did what I had to do what I do, boom, catch an Uber back home from the Starbucks. The Ubers, we not really catching Ubers though, because it's mind you, it's a long Uber, and Uber drivers don't be wanting to drive long for real. So Muggs is denying us. We can't get an Uber to where we need to go, so we then switch to Lyft. We get a driver, but the driver like, damn, y'all going back to Detroit? Fuck, I don't even like going back to Detroit. But anyways, he sucks it up, drive us to Detroit, but he ain't even want to take us. He like, damn, I gotta go get gas. We go get gas. And mind you, it's like a 40-minute trip. So we end up just talking. Let's just say that end up being my business partner. That's helping me get into DJing and helping me do events and helping me do a whole bunch of stuff on the music side. The bad thing was my tire blew out, but I didn't let the tire blowing out stop me, because if the tire did not blow out, I would have never met my business partner. So when I say something like the bad thing, it's probably the good thing. One's in the chat if that makes sense to you and you understand and overstand what I'm talking about. I be selling a bit too, man. I sell a bit too, higher self. They be out here buying, I'll be out here selling it, man. I'm selling it. I'll be selling bits and pieces. I'm for sale. I'm not even gonna lie. So pay attention to the bad thing. Pay attention to the breakdown. It can be very jarring though. It could be jarring. You know, you on 8 Mile. I don't know if y'all ever been West Detroit or 8 Mile trying to get somewhere and your tire blow out. You got to walk to the auto zone and you got to do this and that and call the tow truck driver and all this weird shit. But if you understand and understand the overall of you going to get to where you need to get to and things is going to happen the way it's going to happen, this is operating within the true will. If something bad happened and you key into it emotionally, you key into it mentally, now you taking yourself off the path. You should always be trying to figure out, well, why the fuck did my tire blow out? Why did my girl just start going crazy and say that she need to leave and she don't want to talk to me no more? It must mean that it must be another girl on the horizon and she just clearing space. Your ego don't want to think about it, right? Because you've been paying her, you've been investing in her or whatever. You've been paying the rent or whatever ego wrapped up symbol that this person represents to you. But your soul ultimately will determine if that is your true match or not. And the reason that you will know is if you begin to be your true self around somebody that's not equally yoked with you, it is a problem. And I need y'all to sit with that for a second. Press ones in the chat if you ever been your true self around a person and it created an issue and all you was being was authentic and real and honest to the best of your ability. You wasn't being mean. You wasn't being angry. You was just being honest. And it created issues. That's a good thing. Why? Because then you will begin to change and your soul does not want you to change. Your soul wants you to be your authentic self. And this is why we talk about shadow work, because shadow work allows you to crack through some emotional and mental barriers so you can show up as your authentic self, because this is the person that you're supposed to show up as. And the reality is, if you join a class, if you join a course, if you get a reading, and in that reading doesn't point you back to yourself, if that class doesn't point you back to yourself, if that course doesn't point you back to yourself, if it points you back to another class and another course and another reading and another this and another that, and you stay outside of yourself, then you'll keep looking for things outside of yourself. However, when you begin to direct it inward, you'll begin to see, oh, this means this and this means that. This is what I have to do today. This is where I need to go today. This is what I need to do in this moment. This is what I'm working towards. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm developing. This is why I'm doing this. This is the reason that I'm doing it for. And you begin to just operate in true will. And the truth about the true will is that it's going to piss people off because they're not going to be able to grow as much as you're going to be able to grow. But it's not your responsibility to micromanage other people. It's your responsibility to become your greatest and truest self. And so one of the ways we begin to break down this analogy, and this analogy is found in nature. It's not something fantastical. It's not mythology. It's not occult symbolism. It's not sacred geometry. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's something that you can see in basic life. And this is a basic fundamental principle of humanity. One of these principles would be a caterpillar and a butterfly. But today we're going to talk about the acorn and the oak tree analogy. As you can imagine, therapists have a front row seat to a lot of human suffering and breakdown within their office walls. People sometimes ask how I cope with all of this. How do I not take it home with me and feel overwhelmed and burdened by it? It's because mixed in with all the depression, anxiety, trauma, and grief, there is an amazing process underway that never ceases to amaze me. This amazing process is best described by the acorn oak tree analogy. What does this mean? This means that inside every acorn, there is an oak tree ready to come forth. So when we look at Pluto and we look at the Sun square Pluto, Venus square Pluto, Mars conjunct Neptune sextile Pluto, these are actual activations for your oak tree. This is your destiny. This is your true will. This is your wildest dreams taking control. And the reality is, you're not the driver. The soul is the driver. Your inner self, your higher self is the driver. Because the acorn cannot perceive itself as the oak tree. Your destiny is not something that you're working towards in your relationship or you working towards at your job. That's not necessarily, it can be, but usually it's not necessarily the idea that we're working towards. For this to happen, however, the acorn first needs to literally break down, fall apart, crumble. And y'all niggas is just too clean for that. Y'all too well put together. Y'all dreads is too, y'all getting y'all dreads done every 2 weeks. Niggas is getting facials, one's in the chat. Y'all got laces, lace fronts, baby, what is them? Baby hairs, gel down to perfection, bust down middle part, nails, eyelashes, lipstick, contour, boobs, videos, cameras, ring lights, filters. It's all to make a person feel as if they'll never break down, fall apart, or crumble. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to experience that. So therefore, they don't actually experience transformation. We just exist in the world as simple and basic acorns. But to be your best self, to be in reference to your higher self or your Pluto and Capricorn energy, we talked about Capricorn in the last video when we were going through Aries through the houses. When we said Aries in the 10th house is the mountain that travels up the mountain. Everybody is down here. You got to be the one that say, no, I'm going the road less traveled. I'm not going to let these people influence me. I'm not going to follow other people's will. I'm going to follow my true will because I have to. It's my life. It's your mind. It's your heart. It's your soul. When you eat, you nourish yourself. People are going to guilt trip you. People are going to gaslight you. People are going to make you feel a certain type of way when all you want to do is become an oak tree. And you got to think, do I want to languish at the bottom of this forest and be stepped on by deers and beavers and ate on by squirrels? Or do I want to break down, fall apart, crumble, as this is the required step because the first soft green shoot that will eventually become an oak tree needs space to emerge. We talking analogy, but we talking real life. Can y'all understand and understand what I'm saying? Please put a 1 in the chat, please. Because what we're talking about is metaphysics. What we're talking about is occult understandings. But at the same time, when we get into the real occult understanding, you want to know why I'm talking about it is because it's reference to the astrology. And why would I talk about real life in reference to the astrology? Well, it's very simple. Many scholars know very well that astrology is a science. a very old science, and it is a science, esoterically speaking, related with the consciousness, the way in which we relate the consciousness with the cosmos, and how the cosmos is related to us. So therefore, the only way niggas be actually thinking we talking about landing on Venus or some shit, taking a spaceship to Mars and building a colony because we talking about astrology, and we're just trying to understand our mind and our consciousness and the way that we put an anchor on this shit. Cause y'all niggas will be following Nature Boy if he wasn't in jail. If the algorithm was still pushing Nature Boy, niggas would still be watching them. So you need a fucking anchor. And what I'm doing is providing people an anchor, because everything that I'm referencing, you could bear witness it. And I'm giving you the links on the Substack, and you can study the chart for yourself. And then you can relate every concept that I'm talking about. Pluto and Capricorn is a concept that you can study and understand. The ways for which you transform is by separating yourself from the pack, which would be the same way that an acorn is going to become an oak tree. It doesn't become an oak tree in the midst of other acorns, nor does it keep on the same covering. It releases that covering, and this is something that your girlfriend is not gonna like, because y'all going 50-50 on the bills, and you need a studio apartment. You don't even need to be in a relationship with no girl, and y'all arguing every other day. She diminishing your self-worth, you diminishing her self-worth. Y'all don't know, y'all are not each other's souls. So you can't never say, well, you need to be doing this, because you are not that man's soul. You are not that woman's soul. So until you do this, because when you're not psychologically developed and you enter into a relationship and a human being wants to do different things, and you don't have the 8th house emotional intelligence, 8th house ruled by Scorpio, ruled by the sexual organs, meaning that you're not sexually mature. That's a real thing. That's a reality. That's a real thing. Like it's a level of sexual maturity that's related to shadow work, that's related to getting in tune with yourself, and it can run a whole gamut of a variety of different psychoses and traumas in reference to the sexual energy. And now you have a whole entire trauma bond, because you can't even allow that person the space to emerge, and you can't emerge, and y'all going back and forth bickering with each other. The reality of relationships like this is that it creates no growth for either individual. A trauma bond is trauma unto one another at a total everyday devastating level, because you should be able to be yourself. One's in the chat. Shouldn't you be able to be yourself? Why did you enter into a relationship just to hold yourself back? If that don't make no sense, can I get a 1 in the chat? Is actually going to help the algorithm bring more people into the live, if that makes sense. Like the video if you don't mind. Let's read further. Without the initial breakdown, this tender sprout will remain trapped inside the heart shell and never see sunlight. I like being so honest with a person. I like to get it all out the way. I like when a person is so honest with me and tell me the trains that the boys ran on you in high school. Let me know. Because at the end of the day, I ain't going to really hold it against you. But when I come in the bedroom and you watching 4 girls and 4 guys and 1 girl, and you really getting off to it, I'm gonna feel a certain type of way if you ain't tell me why you ain't turned on to that type of kink. You know, what's really going on. We live in some dark times. You could have had a dark time, and that was a part of your fantasy. That was a part of your true will. I'm not about to judge nobody. if they a boss hog freak, that ain't my job to judge. But you're not about to lie to me. You're not about to gaslight me. Because when I want to be a boss hog freak, because you giving me a pass too. That's another thing too. When you start to tell people your truth, you actually giving them a pass to say, "Oh, this how you get down? Oh, I'm about to get down in that same exact way." And don't get mad, because if you ever fucked over somebody, that means you down to get fucked over too, right? If you're doing the fucking over, you got to get fucked over back. So if you a fucking over person, that means you just that's just the type of industry and energy that you going to be on. Like we going to be fucking each other over. We in a complete and total open relationship because I'm not going to be faithful to you. I'm too much of a deviant. You should be able to have these types of conversations with your partner because at the same time, they probably would accept it if they really love you. Not to say that you got to live that way, but a lot of times in life, like I got some shit that's weird about me. I know my girl got some shit that's weird about her, but hey, we make it work. You got to break that. Like you can't really enter into a long-term relationship in 2024 and you've been on the internet since 2000 and whatever, ever since they installed broadband. You've been on the porn sites looking at every single category they got just to see if you wasn't missing out on something. And then be like, I want a traditional man. I want a traditional woman. We are not traditional people. Traditional people did not have Pornhub, X Hamster, and X videos. Therefore, if she was a freak in her yesteryear, you got to see how freaky she was. If you a freak, you got to tell her how freaky you are. It got to be a freaky free for all because this is the world that we living in. It's only when you get and it's like, no, I don't want to be like that. I just was freaky with my ex-boyfriend. There's no difference. If your ex-boyfriend is not in the picture, it's a freaky free for all. Because there's some trauma. One of y'all broke one of y'all hearts. And that trauma lives on in the world today. Broken-hearted people acting like they can go from relationship to relationship. And the reality is it causes deep, traumatic, psychological trauma upon the 8th house, upon the Scorpio energy. And when you got to tap into whether you're going to get into the Sagittarius, Capricornian of things, your higher self, your career, the reality is most people have not mastered that house. How does that look like? When you at work and you going through it with your girl, are you focusing on the work that you need to do? You ever just got into an argument with your girlfriend and had to clock in for work? You ever had to do that shit? Isn't it the worst thing you ever had to do? And people asking you, well, what's wrong? Your boss like, hey man, do you need to go home? Because you just cussed out Miss Carol. She shop here every day, man. You ruining the business. What's wrong with you? Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we got into a fight. You don't nobody give a fuck that you and your girlfriend, boyfriend got into a fight. You should be focused on your true path, your true will. And if it's the 10th house, you need to be doing your job to your best ability. But young men, when they haven't figured this out, they not even at the job. Y'all work at a job with a young guy right now, and he not even there. You like, damn, I hope I don't got to work with Devon's motherfucking ass. Man, he working an 8-hour shift. You like, can you go home, Devon? You just up here taking space. Devon, put it on the goddamn shelf, man. It's the top shelf. The fucking Twizzlers don't go there, Devon. Devon, where's your head at, bro? Like, come on, take the earphones out. All right, we need the Pringles right here, and we need the Cheetos right here, Devon. You see the sign? It say Cheetos. Well, my fault. Devon, put your phone down. Stop texting while you at work, bro. Well, my fault. You said I could text when there wasn't no customers. No, bro, you gotta keep your eyes open. You at work. Niggas is not even here, bro. And you gonna treat them like functioning members of society, and then they gotta have a job, and they gotta have y'all falling in love with niggas who don't even got their shit together. And that eighth house boy, that eighth house is a motherfucker for a nigga with for a guy. In 2024, the internet. What am I talking about? Because if a guy watches porn, right? If a guy watch porn, his idea, his model for sex is unrealistic, right? So he comparing himself to that, and then he got to be on the level of not even porn. Like if you like hip hop, every hip hop nigga he rapping, but it's a girl in a thong shaking her ass, right? She just shaking her ass, and they don't ever tell us like the girls that's in the porn, you got to pay them 3,000. You got to pay the video girl 1,500. You got to book her through a booking agency, and she a trained, paid professional. They're not telling us that part, so we try to recreate these moments, and we're not even giving the girls $3,000. We just hoping that she fall in love with us deeply, and then it could be some shit popping off. So the eighth house for most guys, based upon emotional intelligence, is completely damaged and skewed. So then, like relationships is very hard for us men because we don't even have a firm grip of what we should even be in a relationship. And if I told you what a man should be in a relationship, your girl gonna look at you like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, what you mean you gotta be guidance and authority and you gotta be direction and all this, nigga? Shut up. We go 50-50 on the rent. You be asking me for money, nigga. I ain't about to follow your guidance. Guide these nuts, nigga. How about that? Right? When I witnessed the emotional equivalent of the Acorn's breakdown in my office, I know that somewhere within the rubble lies the greening edge that will foster new growth for this person. In their period of breakdown, they are not yet the oak tree that they will eventually become. Instead, they are a mist of their acorn cells experiencing the breakdown of some pretty hard material. So let's get into what Pluto symbolizes in the chart, because we're talking about the acorn and the oak tree as a symbolism that will then break into a deeper understanding in the chart, which represents Pluto, because we all have these particular understandings and limits that we must go beyond to become our true selves. And a key example of this is like when you're young. Example, when I was young, I wanted to get some bitches and drive a nice car and do all of this stuff and just be validated by women and stuff like that. But that was a limit, I had to transcend that limit to say I don't really care if women validate me or not. I'm just who I am. I don't really give a shit, But that would be a limit that I would have to go beyond. And you would imagine that people's mental and emotional limits are pretty much very stagnant. Like if a person is young and they don't think that they're going to be successful, well, you can't really tell them like, nah, you're just young. You just need to work hard and this, that, and the third. If they're not mentally and emotionally aware that they're just young and they need to work hard and mentally prepare for success and put the work in, and they don't put the work in because they feel like they can't, well, that's an emotional limit. And Pluto shows up in your life where you think you're just going to be that acorn for the rest of your life. But the reality is no. You think you're going to be this caterpillar. No, you're going to be a butterfly. And when we talk about Neptune, the planet of spiritual development, conjunct Mars, actually putting the work in, doing the semen retention work, doing the sexual work, doing the physical labor to say, oh, I actually am here. I'm present. I'm eating right. I'm sleeping right. I'm doing the work that I need to do. A lot of times people can hear information, deal with spirituality, and just eat bullshit, just do bullshit, not even really care about the spiritual self for real because they don't care about the vessel. And the vessel is actually Capricorn. Right? So Pluto and Capricorn, Capricorn being the actual material sign, when you think about ascending up the mountain, you gotta be physically able to go ascend the mountain. So one of the things that Spirit has said, you gotta work out at least 5 to 7 days a week. If you can work out every day, you should work out every day. This is your body. You drive your car, you be in your house, but if the government tell you to get the fuck out the house, if the repo man come and repo your car, you got to give that shit up. The whole time you got this body and you don't really care about it. You don't love it. You feeding it anything. Niggas always tell me, yeah, I hear what you say about the meat, but I'm going to eat it anyway. And then you don't understand your consciousness about what you actually should or shouldn't be doing in life. Because you tapped into the lower self. The lower self is the meat. Wanting and desiring something that the conscious mind say, man, the meat ain't that bad. I gotta get the protein. Well, what if you get vegan protein? What if you get foods that's high protein? What if you partake in fungi that has vitamin D and protein in it? You know, it's different plants and organics that can give you as much protein as you need. But besides the point, your ego is going to tell you to do a whole bunch of lower base things, and you know it's lower base because the information is out there. It's 2024. We've been past this Aquarius awakening. Saturn, Neptune has been all through Aquarius. It's been awoken us to everything that we need to know about what's right and what's wrong for the vessel. We know we need to hydrate. We know we need to exercise. We know this. And if we are in our ego consciousness, we just won't do the shit. But in your spiritual consciousness, if you know what you should do within your spiritual consciousness, it goes right into Mars. You act on it. And so how do you actually transform your life? You act on the transformation, or you initiate the transformations. And this is a deep spiritual transformation. So this is why we're talking about the true will. Mars conjunct Neptune is the true will. If you don't know what the true will is, we're going to explain exactly what the true will is so you're not confused about it. So when it comes to what should I do with my life, you know exactly what you should do with your life. You don't have to rely on nobody on the fucking internet. Just because I start a fucking YouTube channel don't mean I give a fuck about you. I mean, sometimes I would care about you, sometimes I won't, because I got fucking 5 kids. So I'd be having to care about them, and then I got to care about myself. In the space of me caring about myself or my kids, I don't care about no fucking body. I would hope that you would be caring about your motherfucking self. That's how it goes. That's how it is. Ain't nobody going to do this shit for you. Your true will, and when I say your true will, you're more than capable of doing the things that you need to do to become your higher self, to become your oak tree. But the shit that you're doing, eating the fast food, not exercising, being lazy, acting like because you in a bad situation, you can't fucking take a walk. I don't care where you living at. I don't care if you homeless. You can still exercise if you homeless. And if you have a 90-day workout plan, listen, you broke as shit, right? You ain't got no money. Start working out. Lose the weight. Get a 6-pack. Start an OnlyFans. I ain't even playing. I would say, oh, I'm just joking. I ain't joking. Start a Pornhub. Start an OnlyFans. unless you like being homeless, unless you like being poor. How you got dignity when you got them in a homeless shelter? That's not dignity. You sleeping with a whole bunch of strangers. Shit, it's a bunch of women out here not homeless because they willing to tap into their eighth house, the sexual organ. But people exist in a level of morality and be broke as fuck, be homeless, but have the moral authority. And then on top of that, let's look at your baby mama or your baby daddy. Where's the dignity in that? You start looking at people, baby mama and baby daddies, you be like, damn, ain't no dignity in this nigga. This nigga basically do anything. Like its mythological namesake, Pluto beckons us to explore the depths of transformation. So when you explore the depths of transformation, you're exploring the part of you that can be a completely different person than who you show up today. And if you don't know, I know have no idea what transformation looks like in this earth, it looks like the complete, utter ability to manifest your wildest and deepest desires because you become your authentic self. And you have allowed no interruptions, no obstructions, and you don't spend your time doing dumb shit, partaking in ice cream. Once again, ice cream is an analogy for any vice that you may have. When you are ready to transform, why the fuck don't you? Why ain't you on a rigorous exercise plan? And you out of shape, you out of breath. What make you think that you don't need to work out or take a walk for a fucking mile or 2 miles? Speed walk for as much as you can. Speed walk until you start to jog. Jog until you start to run. Sprint once you begin to start running and jogging. That means you can start lifting weight. Once you start lifting weight, jogging, doing the cardio and lifting weights. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. You working out every day. You engaging in your body every day because this is your instrument for your soul. This ain't your body, this ain't your soul. Everything here is a rental program. That's why niggas get taken out. What do they usually get taken out for? Not taking care of their body, heart disease. As many car wrecks that there is, as many drunk drivers as there is many more people that die from heart disease. Heart disease is not a natural thing that just happened randomly. It's because of a lifestyle. Life, that's some shit that you must know. Because a lot of y'all be playing, acting like this life is yours. Leading risk factors for heart disease and stroke are high blood pressure, high low density lipoprotein, cholesterol, which is fat, diabetes, smoking, and secondhand smoke exposure, obesity, unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity. These are all choices that black people make on a daily basis, and nobody actually talks about it. We all got family members that are unhealthy as fuck, and they suffer because they unhealthy. Shit, it's black people that I know that I love that's unhealthy as fuck, and they don't give a fuck that they unhealthy as fuck. But at the end of the day, we talking about transformation, and transformation is the reality and the awareness. Like, yeah, you gonna have to engage with this vessel. You gonna have to engage with this body. And if you don't engage with the vessel, you don't engage with the body, you're not even like you're not even gonna be here. Your body gonna give up and break down. The number one cause of death in America is heart disease, bro. So when you talk about Pluto and Capricorn, you talking about your body and your vessel. I gotta find the right platform. I gotta find the right group of people. But I want a group of people that's like, yo, we work out every day. like I want a group of people like we hold each other accountable to fucking work out. You feel me? We love our body, we love our vessel, and we not about to chit chat and jibber jabber about some shit. And none of us worked out. None of us actually gave a fuck about our growth and development in a real way. But we trying to like get some money so we can spend all of our money on DoorDash or some weird shit like that. Like I want a whole set of people that's like, yo, we work out at least 5 to 7 days a week and we lean towards the 7 days a week because there's no reason that heart disease can be avoided, bro. Get regular physical activity to help you maintain a healthy weight and lower your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels. Do y'all see this shit, bro? Make this make sense to me, bro. I'm really tripping off of this shit, bro. Like I'm acting like I never heard this shit before. You mean to tell me in this country, and I'm sure the stats is crazy when we start talking about black people, but just Americans as a whole, the number one reason for them to die is heart disease. And heart disease can be avoided by regular physical activity. Spirit said, man, when you start a secret society, when you start an Illuminati, make sure everybody in that motherfucker get regular physical activity. The rule is 5 to 7 days a week working out. I don't care who you is. I don't care if your body is perfect. I don't care if you fat. It ain't even for aesthetics at this point. It's just like how are we going to be conscious and we're going to talk all of the deep shit on the planet and niggas not even healthy. One of our greats transitioned too early, Brother Panic. And we love Brother Panic's information, but when it came to the physical, Bobby Hemmick, when it came to the physical, they was like, yeah, fuck that shit. And I'm just not trying to go out like that. If every nigga in the conscious community say fuck Kyrie, but I'm able to work out and take care of my vessel, hey, it's a big fuck y'all back, nigga. What the hell? This is not a popularity contest. This is not for likes. This is not for views. This is not for subscribers. This is about real information that's going to actually help you become a better person. And we be as black people, we so quick to link with motherfuckers that smile, and and we don't even give a fuck about exercise and health and diet. If I did a diet video on this channel, niggas would be like, yo, what the fuck? Nigga, I eat cucumbers, garlic, and bananas in a smoothie. Niggas like, what the fuck? Do your research. It's good to eat smoothies with vegetables and fruits because you getting everything, just all of the nutrients from the fruit, the skin, everything. You just getting it, and it's going directly to where it needs to get to. Niggas be having processed foods and meats and sauces and seasonings and all of that shit is just ruining us. And then we gonna talk about I got stabbed with a goddamn insulin again, y'all. And then we're gonna talk about consciousness, like we actually talking about consciousness, but true consciousness, it starts in the root chakra. It starts with the physical body and your ability to ground yourself. And you cannot ground yourself through the electrical frequency when you lower your density with all the metals and all the meats and all of the hormones and all of the chemicals. You become a toxic wasteland, and then all of the spiritual shit is just information. So you fat and you out of shape. The spiritual shit is not even really spiritual for real. It's just gobbledygook, and it's information for maybe if you begin to start actually working out and taking care of your vessel, then maybe you could begin to apply the knowledge in the shit. It's much easier to astro travel when you don't have body fat. These are just the facts. And then it's a lot of skinny women that's unhealthy that got a lot of things going on inside of them. We're not talking about body weight. We're talking about real live health. You can't be a fat nigga talking about you spiritual. It's obese spiritual niggas out here, man, with all of the views. I don't want to hear nothing that an obese nigga gotta tell me, bro. I just don't. And I'm telling you, if I could do it a whole different way, I would have did it a whole different way. Because we're talking about awareness and we're talking about consciousness. I would have worked out. I would have never even started a YouTube channel. At the same time, because I put a lot of time, energy, and effort and hours to doing videos. I used to do, somebody commented the other day, man, you used to do a video every single day. Yeah, I should have been working out. Yeah, I got my channel together and the channel was great. I love the channel and all of that. But at the end of the day, uh no, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your body. You gotta take care of your vessel because you don't want to be on somebody's goddamn hospital bed, can't even breathe. Rely on these doctors to save you. And there's so much plants, minerals, and herbs and fungi that's out here that's going to help yourself. So every day, think about the ways that you can actually save your life and help yourself. So we talking about the depths of transformation, right? We talking about the secrets. Pluto is associated with secrets, clandestine. Now, I went to public school, y'all. I went to public school and they didn't teach us all of the words. So when it's certain words, I do something that niggas ain't never done before. I look them up on Google. I look up the definitions and etymology, right? Y'all just be reading words and just act. You don't know what it means. You just be reading it like you know. Clandestine means kept secret or done secretively. Kept secret or done secretly. So when we talk about Pluto, we're talking about the secret of your life that's hidden within you. It's no better information than what I'm talking about here, man. I'm telling you. If it ain't within you, nigga, it's on bullshit, nigga. These niggas be charging you up for bullshit, man. And that shit ain't nothing that got to do with a secret. You know what the best kept secret is, Megan? You know what the best secret is in the whole entire world? It's within you. That's the best secret of all, man. And trying to find it in somebody, trying to be wrapped up into a person's marketing plan, being wrapped up in whatever a person trying to sell you, man, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. When you tap into your inner truth, your true will, this is a monumental metamorphosis experience over a lifetime. It's no way my parents and the people that birthed me and raised me understand me now because I didn't learn from my soul. See what you be wanting from your parents and your family, your soul got for you. And when you actually are able to perceive it and follow it, it's going to be a life changing experience because you are your higher self. You are your soul. You are something much, much more than what you actually think it is. And if you don't think it is, I understand it because it's clandestine. I just learned a new word today. It's a secret. You don't know, bro. And this is why the relationship have to end. This is why you getting evicted from your apartment. This is why the plumbing don't always work. You flush the toilet and shit be going everywhere. Your soul saying, get the fuck out the apartment, get out the city, get out the relationship. That's not for you. That job not for you. What you think, you gonna work the next 20 years at fucking Acme Incorporated? Dumbass. Who you are and who you truly are is a secret. I know this because Pluto is in my first house. When they say Pluto's influence is life altering and profound, growing up as a little boy in Akron, Ohio, I'd have never thought that I would be the person that I am today and be able to stand in this shit and be able to see, damn, it's a lot of clones out here. And damn, these people, like, I didn't even understand myself. And then when I look at my old pictures of myself, I'm like, damn, I really could have been something in life if I really truly believed in myself the whole way through. But that's okay. I can start now. And that's okay because I started late. You know, I could have been the shit in my 20s, but I didn't have no self awareness. When you gain self awareness, you can be 58 and you can still change your life for the better because your true self, as long as you're alive, it have a mission and a purpose for you. But the problem is y'all rely too much on other people and you don't actually rely on your soul because the concepts is not being laid out to you in a way that's succinct and clear. So what I'm going to do is introduce a spiritual concept to you and I want you to open your mind to it. You can read the article, we can talk about it, and the reference to this particular energy is going to be found in the chart and is going to be found in Mars conjunct Neptune. You can read on it in the article, and then you can also bear witness to it in the chart, where Mars conjunct Neptune is going to be in the energy of sidereal Pisces. So instead of saying Mars conjunct Neptune, I want to introduce to you a real spiritual concept that you can learn about, right? It might sound counterintuitive, it might seem redundant, it might seem repetitious, but I want to act like I'm just using words that you never heard before so you can be actually able to learn what it is that I'm saying. And of course, the link is going to be on the Substack so you can look at the article and reference this article on yourself. But I'm just doing this for you because when you read this shit, it's like it's in a different language. But I've been studying this stuff over and over and over and over again. But this is why we study astrology because I understood it and understood it. It doesn't mean that I could apply it in my life. But when the timing is right, when Mars conjunct Neptune in the astrological chart is sextile Pluto, the timing is right that we can begin to utilize spiritual concepts. We are connecting our consciousness to the cosmos, and in order to bridge the gap, we give you a concept. And then you apply the concept, and then it's like peanut butter and jelly. The sandwich is good. Now, the concept that we're talking about is the concept of the true will. Mars, the planet of action, Neptune, the planet of spiritual development. What are you developing into? You are developing into your higher self or your soul. The difference between your true will is that this is who you actually are and not your consciousness, your conscious mind after doing all of the soul searching and the studying of your chart. You don't say, well, let me just continue on being a hairdresser. Let me continue on working for Walmart. Let me continue on being a receptionist. Your true will, let me continue on being single. Let me continue on being toxic. Your true will is saying, no, fuck all of that. We got something better for you. And you got to know that yourself has it for you. Because if you think I have it for you and then I'm bending you over, you like, damn, hood, I thought you was going to be a spiritual teacher. No, You had on some leggings, and it was just what I thought you was on some freaky shit. No, hood, I'm trying to expand my mind and tap into the cosmos. Well, I think you should meditate because I'm here for the freak off. I am. I'm looking for a third right now. I'm not even lying. I'm rigorously looking for a third because I'm trying to get into some freaky shit this summer. Good, you can't be like that. This is my truth. You want me to be dishonest, and I'm not here to lead you spiritually. You got a soul. I'm here to find a unicorn, a third. I'm trying to have a threesome or a foursome or something. I'm trying to get freaky this summer. Dude, you can't be spiritual and freaky. No, you can't be spiritual and freaky. I'm following my true will. My true will saying it's somebody out there. She out there. It's a lot of chicks in the country, man. I'm looking for the perfect one, damn. Good, but what about nothing? Have you meditated? Have you been exercising? Have you been taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically? Are you in perfect alignment then, my G? I'm on the other hand, hey, you know any good sites? Hey, DM me any good sites. I know y'all be knowing the latest and greatest dating sites. Y'all be on the cutting edge. Look a brother up. The phrase true will is often used to indicate a specific and essential meaning of the concept of will in the thalama or thalama. So when the keywords I want to identify is specific and essential. So your true will is not random and is not something that you should deprioritize. It is something that you should prioritize above and beyond all things spiritually. And what it is specific, so it's not random. So, do with thou wilt. This word could be confusing. It's a combination of what the will should do. So, do with the will should do would be a translation for this because this is confusing within itself. Do what thou wilt. And I know y'all are like, well, what is an example of this? And I'm going to show y'all an example of what the will is. I've been watching this video and I'm not going to play it because they're going to do a community strike on me. But I'm going to show y'all a man that is operating within his true will. I'm going to just show you what it looks like, man. This is NLE Chopper, and this is his new video. It came out 2 weeks ago. It's called Slut Me Out Too, right? And I just want y'all to look at this man, how he just existed in this video. And this is what it looks like when you operate within your true will. Like the song is talking about, he doing magic too. He is like, if he was a beautiful woman, I would make love to me too. Like, and I'm like, yeah, this is the energy, right? You know, it's young nigga shit, but it's energy behind it. It's, you know, NLE Chopper is really conscious for real, right? And he's utilizing sexual energy on top of occult metaphysics, and it's not the best song. I just want you to look at his expression and how he's moving. Now, the true will, it comes from your soul. So that would be, the difference would be if a director said, all right, NLE Chopper, I want you to act like this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. And he's not doing that. He is just existing from within himself and living his true expression. And he's funny in his energy. And it's like got 2 million views in 2 weeks. You feel me? Now his label could have bought the streams, but that's a whole nother conversation. I feel like people really resonate with anybody who is accessing a true will. And it's NLE Chopper or it's any celebrity that is hot, right? That's just killing it. And then you could then say that same celebrity, like Celine Dion or something, they not as hot as they used to be, but they still might put out a CD and it don't do nothing. Well, somewhere along the line, right? It could be a different producer, a different label, a different manager, a different A&R. You step out of your true will and it then don't hit the way it's supposed to hit. So anytime you moving and existing in a space where you are just operating just freely and just vibrantly with just the pure energy of just who you are, that's the true will. And you've experienced it as a kid when you made a song, when you put out your clothing line and you put out 4 pieces and your friends bought it up real fast and you felt good about it. You just never did no more clothes because you didn't know about email marketing, and you told them same friends, I got new dresses, and they ain't buy none. So you ain't promote your business no more. It's just so much that you just gave up on, and your spirit said, well, you got to learn about email marketing. You like, well, I don't know. It's like, well, it's a 59-minute video on YouTube. If you just watch it and take notes, that'll be enough to get you jump started on it. Yeah, I just got to work. I'm too busy. You step off the path, right? And that's why exercising is good, because it's going to give you the energy to actually do what you need to do. But at the same time, you got to be mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared to follow through with what your soul tell you to do. So an hour long video where you taking notes and pause it might be 4 hours. So you need to focus for 4 hours and learn a skill on YouTube. But it's all free, and spirit put YouTube on the earth for that purpose. And of course, the enemy going to put a lot of shorts and Mr. Beast videos and stuff like that. But you can still search up good information and still utilize the platform for what it's worth to help you become the best version of yourself, and make your first couple of money and then invest into real coaching or invest into real education. But you can actually change your life when you follow your soul. But following your soul is actually doing the work, right? When you do what your soul tell you to do, that is the whole of the law. And when we say the whole of the law, there ain't nothing else outside of the whole. And that's the real shit. When you talk about the internet and Instagram and TikTok, it's so many spiritual influencers, and there is no spiritual influence. The whole of the law, the whole concept of the true will is that you should do what your will tells you to do, as opposed to the more general meaning of the word as it is used outside of the limita. The phrase true will does not appear. Da, 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 da. Crowley's various commentaries on the book routinely use the phrase true will rather than pure will, but the two are equivalent. The concept postulates that each individual, that means me and you, your mama, daddy, boyfriend, girlfriend, has a unique and incommensurable. I don't know what that word means, y'all. I'm gonna have to use Google to help me out on this. I don't know what this word means. Incommensurable, not able to be judged by the same standard as something, having no common standard of measurement. Okay, so immeasurable would be another way of describing this word. So let's go back. The concept postulates that each person, me, you, mama, daddy, boyfriend, girlfriend, son, daughter, has a unique and immeasurable inherent nature, which is identical to their destiny, that determines their proper course in life. Damn, y'all. Just reading it, it moves me a little bit. Because I really wish niggas would have told me this at the beginning of some shit. You know, Kyrie, you have a unique, unmeasurable, inherent nature, which is identical to your destiny. So even though you want the thing, don't focus on the thing, focus on the part of you that can manifest the thing, and you can have the thing. But if you focus on the thing, you may never get the thing. It's the difference between hoping and wishing to actually happening. And it's all in reference to how you see yourself, Kyrie. Nobody told me that. I didn't know that. Now that I know that, it makes sense to me now. But damn. This is the mode of action that unites their purest and personal will with the postulated force that pre-exists for them in the universe. Let's read that again. So basically, me, you, your mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, son, and daughter have a unique, immeasurable, inherent nature that is identical to our destiny and our point of life that's going to determine the proper course for us. This mode of action, meaning this concept called the true will, unites your purest personal will. So the things that you want, like the threesome that you want, the car that you want to drive, the house that you want to drive, is united with the postulated course. What do postulated mean, Google? Y'all didn't teach us these words in goddamn public school. What do postulate mean? Suggest or assume the existence, fact, or truth as a basis for reasoning or discussion or belief. Okay, I smoke a bag of that. So to postulate, so it is assumed to be true. So this is an assumption that what you personally want is you already have it. Okay, let's take a second and think about this. What you personally want is a postulated course, meaning that it's already there and that it pre-exists for you in the universe. So the reason that you want it, listen to this, this is key. If you can understand this and understand this, the breakdown leads to a breakthrough. What you wanted is actually already there for you, but you going in the wrong direction. So to get what you actually truly want, you simply have to go in the right direction. This is big. The idea is that to the extent that one is pure in their will. So to kind of clarify and be a little bit more succinct, will is what you will do throughout the week or what you will do in your life. When you say I will graduate from high school, that's not necessarily pure. It's more relative to your mama's will. Your mama said you will graduate from high school, put a 1 in the chat. Whether you wanted to graduate from high school or not, your mama more or less said you will graduate. You will go to school. You probably would have said I will go and learn my skill or craft, or I will DJ or play music or whatever. But your mama said, no, you ain't doing that. You will go to school. So you followed her will. Now, to become an adult, you have to tap into your own personal will, not your mama's will, not your daddy's will. And it can't be your conscious will, because your conscious will, or like the ego's will, is related to what your mom and dad want to some degree. Extreme or on extreme. You're trying to redeem or prove or show them that you are not worthless or whatever the case may be. But your pure will is completely tied into your higher self, soul, ancestor, spirit team, guardian angel. And this is where we get into certain conversations that's being angelically driven or demonically driven, because they are still driven by the will. I will fuck this nigga on the late night. I will smash this little cutie on Tinder. That's a demonic will. I will drink this whole fifth of Hennessy. I will smoke crack. You know, this is demonic will. And so, operating in the abstract, I will eat ice cream, you then have to invert that and say, I will, because you can't say, I will not eat ice cream, because you're just suppressing and repressing. In the same way, if you know a nigga that's smoking crack and he addicted to crack and he's saying, I ain't going to smoke crack no more, you know, if that's your cousin, he probably going to smoke crack whenever he gets some money. One's in the chat. Oh, I'm down with that crack shit, man. I gave it up. As soon as they get some money, you ain't see them for 3 days. They go on a whole crack bender and come back like, yeah, man, got to get my life together, man. I got to stop doing this shit, man. Right? Because the will is not being identified in that individual. Only when that person, he doesn't say, I will not smoke crack. He says, I will do something that's going to heal. I'm going to do something that I will heal. I will connect. I will restore. You get into positive energy. I will ascend. I will be consistent. You know, in AANA, we have a saying that says 1 day at a time. So your sobriety, even though you get the chips for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, even though you sober for 10 years, anybody that's been sober for 10, 20 years, they're going to tell you this. It's 1 day at a motherfucking time, bro. So that is life. That is the will. Because an alcoholic knows, even in the AA, NACA meetings, they're going to tell you, hi, my name is Tommy. I'm an addict. You ever been to an AA, NA meeting? Don't they say, hi, my name is Paul. I'm an alcoholic. Why? Because that is the will. The will is saying, bro, we want to get fucking drunk, nigga. If you ignorant of that, you're never going to get clean. You're never going to get sober. You literally say, I will go to meetings. I will get a sponsor. I will do the steps. You literally have to do that, or else if you're not in a sobriety program, you're not strong enough mentally, emotionally, or physically to stop cold turkey. So what you do, you might not be smoking or doing hard drugs, but you still smoke the weed. You still got liquor in the cabinet type of deal. And what do you call that? You call that a functional drug user. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot of people that's functional addicts because they don't understand the will and they don't understand what it takes to actually be sober. But at the same time, a functional addict is still under the demonic will. You got to be strong enough to say, I will not drink alcohol. You got to figure out what is the opposing, what is the will? What are you going to do with that will? Right? So listen to this. When you are pure in your will, you are carried along effortlessly by the momentum of the universe, like an expert sailor allowing the current to carry its ship along its intended course with minimal effort. Think about that. When you are in alignment with the universe, you know it, you feel it. Your girl is like, we need to find a third. And you like, yes, we need to find a third. Yes. This is what we need. Yeah. Hey, fist bump. My naga, power to the people. I love you. I love you more. Hearts and kisses, babe. I love you. Now think about the last relationship was when you was like looking at the girl's butt and you looked over and there was a fist cold cock you in her jaw. What you doing looking at that booty and that leggings and you can see that she don't wear no panties and you can actually see it's a little bit of coochie that's dripping down from the bottom. Like that is a sexy sight, but you shouldn't look at that because you is my man. My man don't have eyes, sir. Sir, when you married me, you took your eyes out. That was a part of the marriage agreement. So now you can't even exist as a man because you done chose to be in a relationship now. You can't even look. You got to begin to think about these things. If your relationship is hard, it's not a part of the true will. Listen, when you are pure in your will, it's keys in this. You can open doors with this information. Like the video. Help me with the algorithm. If this makes sense, when you are pure in your will, you are carried effortlessly by the momentum of the universe, so you can go along your intended course with minimal effort. To the extent that one is not pure in their will, they're tossed about aimlessly like a piece of driftwood. I'm sorry, say that 10 times fast. To the extent that one is not pure in their will, they are tossed about aimlessly like a piece of driftwood on a stormy sea. In other words, one's effectiveness or impotence in life is determined by how purely they adhere to their true will. So I'm happy that I have a glimpse of the concept, and I'm happy that I can study astrology and say, okay, this is the time we need to put forth this information because the people need this information. They need to simply adhere to their true will because I'm telling you, this is the time of revelation. Revelations means you are going to be revealed who you truly are. And all you got to do is be it. And being yourself and your girlfriend saying, well, I can't fuck with you no more. It's just how it got to be, man. You start saying what you feel uncomfortable by or what you don't feel safe in this relationship and they making you feel more unsafe. You need to understand that your true self does not want you to feel unsafe in your relationship. Some of y'all is, and this is the problem, when women tap into their masculine energy with a man and they take care of a man and they bring a man in and that man can't stand on his own too, he is going to then assert his masculine dominance in your shit. So now you're walking on eggshells because you wanted to take care of a nigga. But if you was going to adhere to your true will of your feminine energy, if this nigga couldn't afford a place to stay, he ain't about to move into your shit. I ain't never moved into a place with a woman, even if I had to be homeless. If you dating a nigga that's homeless, that nigga need to stay homeless. You don't need to say, oh, well, I like you. You can come move into my house. What if the shit get a little rocky in a ride? You ever thought about that? You only knew this nigga a month. Oh, you shouldn't be homeless. You can come live with me. That's you and your masculine energy. And now he living with you, and then he gonna assert his dominance, ain't paid one bill, ain't brought no groceries in the house. And how do a man like that assert his dominance? By making your ass feel unsafe. So the relationship is going to be something that you can attract or something that you're going to go for. And when you go for it, you're going to pay the consequences. But see, if you sit back and attract it and be in your energy, you're going to meet a man that say, yeah, I got this house, but it's lonely in it. I want to move somebody in. And then at the certain time, you got your own shit going or whatever the case may be. If it ain't working out, you can leave. And he can be like, all right, see you later. But you've been in his crib. Don't be with no man and not get your shit together. He wants you to get your shit together because you are a reflection of him. And if he don't want you to get your shit together, then you got to start to reevaluate your true will. Why is my soul saying I should be with a nigga that don't want me to be better in life? What do that say about him? Oh, no, I can't be with no nigga that don't want me to be better in life. A lot of shit can be avoided by simply understanding who you are. And then when you put yourself in these positions, either in a lot of men tap into their feminine energy unbeknownst to them because they just been raised by their mom. So I see it in my children to where I begin to I can see them not being able to handle problems. So I can speak to that where their mom don't really recognize it because that's how she handled problems. And there's no shade, but a woman can handle problems like that where a man probably can't handle problems with like that because that's just going to disturb the balance of the universe. Y'all both can't be crying. One of y'all got to be the problem solver. So as a man, as a boy, you got to begin to speak to, crying ain't no solution, son. What are we going to do to solve this problem? And as boys, you can easily manifest and attribute a lot of successes to your life if you just stop crying and just get over it. But it's a lot of our young men that's feeling sorry for their motherfucking self because they don't understand or overstand the actual modality of just solving the problem, fixing the shit. How do you fix it? By tapping into your true self. In general, well, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, you don't have to, I guess they're going to get into a little bit of weird shit with the Crowley shit. And I don't really be getting into the Crowley shit. I just get into the information because the information is solid. I can tell these is real downloads, these is real channels, but what you choose to do with this information is completely up to you and your will, right? So these quotes is really good too. For pure will, unassuaged or irremoved from purpose and delivered from the luster result is in every way perfect. So it's a lot of extra words. So basically he's saying the pure will is in every way perfect. But what throws this off is that you have a purpose. Your conscious mind always has a purpose, and that's going to disrupt your pure will because it's not pure when you have a purpose. Right? It's not pure. Your purpose is not pure. So you always got to be mindful to make sure you're not on your purpose because your purpose is some conscious shit. Your pure will comes from the soul. And another thing that blocks you is the lust of results. Wanting the result so bad is not actually putting the work to get the results. So to get the actual results, you just have to be pure, meaning you have to be able to have the intuition, Neptune of your soul, Neptune, and you actually have to be able to act it out. Mars is conjunct Neptune today. This is the sentence of pure will. Spiritual development is the purest thing you can actually develop into because it's going to bring you into a space that you couldn't even have prepared for. You're going to have bliss and desire that you never experienced, and this is what's perfect. All of vision boards and writing the shit down and not looking back at your notes and none of the shit that you want out of a man, you able to manifest it. And you wanted a tall, dark, and handsome nigga. You got an ugly, short, and light-skinned nigga. But that was the person that you were supposed to be with. And the only thing that fucked it up is you wanted a tall, dark, and handsome nigga. But the perfect thing was that light-skinned nigga that you got. That crazy light-skinned dude that you got. He ain't all the way mentally there, but he love you perfectly. Right? Shout out to the light-skinned niggas. They will take your girl from you and be walking right past the old nigga like, bro, how you just gonna take my girl like that and act like light-skinned niggas, man? The perfect and the perfect are one perfect and not two, and they are none. Think about this. Your soul and your action are one perfect. Think about this. So when you act out of the conscious mind, like, just, I like this girl, but I'm not supposed to be with this girl, but the motion is in the ocean, right? As many fish in the sea type of energy. And then, oh, I'm sad the relationship didn't work out. Okay, that's not perfect. Or the spiritual, I learned this spirituality from a master. I studied under the foot of a master, and all of my spirituality comes from the foot of a master. And now I don't know shit besides what the foot of this master said. That's not perfect. We're talking about the perfection of your action and the perfection of your soul are one perfect. Mars conjunct Neptune and not two. Because when Mars conjuncts Neptune, it becomes one thing. A conjunction is one thing. It's chocolate and it's milk. You don't separate the chocolate from the milk. It is just one beverage, nigga. You ain't never said, damn, chocolate milk. Can you please separate the chocolate from the milk? I'm actually addicted to chocolate. Nigga be like, no, we'll just give you a milk. We'll just throw this away. So when you deal with a conjunction, when you deal with the pure will, you're dealing with the perfection of who you are and the action of self-transformation, sextile Pluto. And the reason that I'm going over this is because niggas will get it confused. So you got to listen and understand and overstand, because some things be downloads, man. Some things be channels. And the way that you understand and overstand a channel and a download is when you can cover all bases and you can't pick holes at it. I want y'all to understand and understand what I'm saying so you could then apply it in your life so you can be like, I know what I need to do. Let me get some water up in me. Water break. The most common cause of failure in life is ignorance of one's own true will, or of the means by which to fulfill that will. The most common cause of failure in life is the ignorance of one's own true will. Roll that up and smoke it. Or of the means by which to fulfill that will. So if you don't know that will is within you, you're going to look for it in a job, in a person, in a relationship, in a partnership, in a hobby. There's so much shit in this world to make you feel like you got it figured out, but you got to figure it out within yourself. And this is the hard work. A man who is doing his true will has the inertia of the universe to assist him. A man or a woman who is doing his true will has the inertia or the energy of the universe to assist him. So if life is against you right now, it goes to say that you're not doing your true will. If you catching a bus, down on your luck, ain't got two pennies to rub together, you're not operating in your true will. When you operate in your true will, things start clicking. The girls start coming. in more ways than one. Shout out to the cucumber, banana, and garlic. And it's all good. One cannot do one's true will intelligently unless one knows what it is. And that's why we started off this conversation with the true will is specific. It is what you will do. Now, why would you do what you would do? And if you don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, you're going to make up excuses and reasons for it, and it's going to fuck up your life because there is a demonic will and there is an angelic will. There is a good will and there is a bad will. There's a I will not work out, and there's a will I will work out 5 to 7 days a week. Know firmly, O my son, that the true will cannot err, for it is in thine appointed course in heaven. You can never be wrong when you operate in your true will. When NLE Choppa did that song, I'm sure it was people in his camp like, oh man, you using a bent beat. Or why don't you do some gangster shit? We need some gangster shit from you, bruh. You doing this all weird, you know? But he said, man, this is in me to do this. I see the facial expressions, the lyrics is coming to me. It's just, this is the song. This is how I want to do the song. And he got 2 million views. So when you know firmly, you cannot err. And what you decide to do was within you, and you do it to the best of your ability, Mars conjunct Neptune, you will not make a mistake. This is actually your course in heaven. This is your order, and your order is perfection. You have perfection within you. True will should spring a fountain of light from within and flow unchecked, seething with love into the ocean of life. I'm telling you, you need to get onto your sexual health, right? It's a beautiful thing to be in a relationship and y'all eating fresh herbs, supplements, fruits, and vegetables. The sex is crazy because God knew what he was doing, bro. I'm telling you, God was smart. When he made cucumbers, man, God knew. Like, we gonna get these boys cucumbers. Drive these girls crazy. Niggas do not eat cucumbers. One's in the chat. When was the last time you seen a nigga eat a cucumber? You ain't never seen a nigga eat a cucumber in your life. He drinking Hennessy, right? And that's not the vibe. He drinking beer. That's not the vibe, man. Get that blood flowing, man. Eat some fruits. Eat some vegetables with your girl. Your girl cooking you chicken, macaroni and cheese, clogging your arteries and shit. And the flow is being checked. It's not seething with love, man. It's not flowing into the ocean of life, man. This is sex magic, man. Mars rules Pluto. Mars is the penis, man. Neptune is the universal mom, man. Neptune, Venus, and the moon. The virgin, the maiden, and the crone. We talking about deep metaphysics. And I said, Mars conjunct Neptune is semen retention, man. As a man, your light is your semen. This is why you can get online right now and watch porn free of charge, bro. Do you know I grew up in a time where you had to pay to watch any type of porn? Like, you wasn't just about to get no porn for free. It was nowhere for you to get it for free. You had to go to the store, buy the tapes. I was too young. I couldn't access pornography when I was a kid. I wanted to. I was the best porn that I could get. We had one of those boxes. Y'all know what boxes I'm talking about. You can get them channels, and it was just squiggly lines, but you could hear. So we could like hear a movie, like HBO and shit, but we couldn't see it. We had to get off the sounds of porn. Just like that's what I had to use, man. That wasn't that fun. So needless to say, we weren't really watching porn like that. This generation, man, is cooked, man. They got Pornhub and everything, and men can't find light at all no more because they too busy getting rid of it. It's going into their hands. You ain't going to know nothing about spirituality until you get in tune with your sexual energy. Your sexual energy have a lot to do with your diet, right? Semen retention, cool, but if you eating steaks and cheese and hamburgers and chicken and bread and sugar and flour and all this shit, semen retention ain't really nothing. So it's going to hit. I'm telling you, it don't matter what size you working with. You are going to tap into different levels of sexual bliss and different levels of pleasing a woman when you actually eat the right food. You want to knock that thing out the box. I know you do. You want to be up in that thing long and strong. I know you do. Start eating right. Start exercising. Start strengthening your pelvic floor. All of this is spiritual. Because if you ain't going to be able to, if you don't see the veins, ladies know what I'm talking about when I say the veins. Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say the veins. She like to see them veins. You feel me? Niggas just be showing up all tired and shit. Thinking that, no, man. You gotta be strong with this shit, man. And your true will as a man is your masculine energy, your testosterone. You gotta actually feel that. It ain't no lazy, ain't shit nigga that's making a way in life. I was telling my sons earlier about working out. Yeah, talk what you want to talk about working out, but if you find a grown ass man in his 30s that works out every single day, that man is probably 90% chance that man got some motion about himself. When you read the How to Be Millionaire books, first thing they do before they do anything, they waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working out. So if you waking up, getting on your phone, I don't care if you got a job in the morning, you should at least wake up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning and start working out, man. Deal with your energy, deal with your semen, deal with your light. This is Mars conjunct Neptune. Stop being a lazy lay. Stop being a lazy nigga. Stop being that. Like, don't be lazy about shit in this energy, in this time, in this age. If you have the right idea, you can execute it immediately. You can start a Shopify store tomorrow. You can begin to market and get Facebook advertisements in the next 24 to 48 hours and start making your money instantly with the right idea. And that idea comes from you keeping your energy and then allowing it to go into flow. And it's all one and the same thing. Nerve thyself. I was wondering what that meant. I got to do a little bit of deep diving with that. When he says nerve thyself, maybe calm yourself down, right? Relax your nerves, tap into your parasympathetic system. Shout out to Breeze who said, hopping in a bath is parasympathetic activity. So to tap in, hop in that bath and nerve thyself. Then to seek it and to do it. So Neptune, the planet of spiritual development, to seek it and to do it. Mars, the planet of action. Relax, then go within yourself. And when you find what you find, do it. It's probably going to be education, learning something that you don't know, tapping into the mysteries of life, educating yourself. Do it. Never can satisfy but the fulfillment of thy transcendent will or true will that is hidden within thee. Nothing can satisfy you. I'm reading it now. Because you see how it is? Naught can satisfy thee. To the untrained eye, that's kind of confusing. it's going to throw off a lot of niggas with that, right? But not means just never, can satisfy you. So nothing can satisfy you but the fulfillment of your transcendent or true or pure will. Nothing can satisfy you but the fulfillment of your true will that is hidden within you, nigga. Hood, you said that you was looking for a third. You is not spiritual. If that's what it is to you, then fine, nigga. But I'm looking within me, and within me is a third. Don't count my money, man. I ain't gonna count yours. Because if you get into some freaky shit tonight, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you get into. Because your will is hidden within within you. Figure out, because listen, one's in the chat. If people care too much about what you got going on and it make you feel uncomfortable, why do people care about what I got going on? One's in the chat if that's some weird shit. When you trying to figure out what type of freaky experience you gonna get into tonight, a nigga gonna then be looking at you like, why are you getting so freaky tonight? Nigga, because I want to. Nigga, what the fuck? It's within me. What are you getting into? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta do that? I don't think that that's right. Listen, as black people, we need to be above and beyond that, but we can't get above and beyond that because when the niggas see naught can satisfy thee, they get into the cognitive dissonance and cognitive bias and they go somewhere else. Like, man, let me just, see the next videos or something. Let me tap into something else because I don't understand what he's talking about. No, listen. Nothing can satisfy you but the fulfillment of your true will that is hidden within you. For this, then, up to the arms, win your own freedom for yourself, niggas. That's the energy. What you said? Nerve thyself. Get prepared, niggas. Get prepared for your higher self to begin to do this work. Some topics that are relevant, the guardian angel, the great work. We then begin to understand some concepts. What is the great work? When you are in tune with your soul and your soul is saying, we need to do this, and you do it, and people is like, oh my God, that's so amazing. How did you ever think about that? Where did that come from, NLA Chopper? How did you learn to move like that? Who taught you that? You could tell that nigga is moving like that because he from some other planet. He's from some other dimension. He pulled that shit out from Venus or somewhere like that. That nigga is a Venusian. He ain't an earthling. And we all got these hidden compartments and qualities and talents. And I hope that this video, I hope that this article, I hope that this time that we spent allowed you to tap into some of this concepts within yourself. And like I said, you could begin to apply this information for yourself. This week is about accessing your true will. Hopefully, I made a convincing and compelling case so you could begin to do the work and do the knowledge. You can help me out by liking the video. You can help me out by joining the Substack. Both of those things are free. Or you can do a little $5 a month, get access to all of the paid work, all of the unreleased material, things of that nature. Check out the links in the descriptions. We got psychedelics, we got herbs, we got books, we got readings. We about to start our Chakra Nova again. Took a break, but we about to get back with the solar plexus. People have been asking for that. So we're going to tap back into the classes. We're going to keep this thing current, and we're going to continue to do the spiritual work. I hope this week you do this work and access your true self and not be concerned with what happened over this past month. Right? What happened over these past 6 months? Your life has changed in a dramatic way, but nigga, get over it. Get over it and figure out what spirit has for you in the future, what your soul has for you in the future, and just simply lock in and tap in. We're going to be doing some more videos with the initiates, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the description. We can continue this conversation on the Discord. I got some readings later I need to tap into and prepare for. But with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you tap into everything that we got going. Let me know if you got a channel. I want to support what you got going on as well. If I can help you, be a guest on your podcast, be a guest on your video. You want to go back and forth, have a conversation. I would love to do that. Want to book a reading? Go ahead, hoodmystic.setmore.com, or the link is in the description. But with all that being said, man, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. And yeah, man, we just gonna keep delivering this information, delivering these downloads, and keep it consistent and keep it current. And with that being said, man, I'll catch y'all on the flip side, man. Peace.
Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer.